The sky above Earth turned strange that day. A cold shadow passed over cities, towns, and forests. People looked up, their faces filled with confusion and fear. Massive alien ships appeared suddenly, blocking the sun, blotting out the blue sky with their dark shapes. They moved silently, hovering above the planet like giant predators waiting for the right moment to strike. No one was prepared for what came next. In the streets, chaos broke out. Governments tried to respond, but failed. Military forces were overwhelmed quickly. The aliens did not hesitate. They unleashed powerful weapons, and cities crumbled. Panic spread faster than fire. Families ran, searching for safety. But no place was safe. Soon, the aliens' massive beams cut through the earth, breaking up roads and flattening buildings. The world was changing in an instant, and people could only watch as their homes disappeared. Among the millions taken by the alien ships, there was a group of humans captured and taken far away from Earth. These were not ordinary people. They were selected for reasons no one yet understood. The inside of the alien ship was cold and metallic. Bright lights flickered, casting strange shadows on the faces of the prisoners. The humans were locked in small cells, confused and scared. One man, named Jalen, looked around carefully. He was tall and strong, with eyes that refused to give up hope. Next to him was Mira, a quick thinker who had been a scientist on Earth. Others included Marcus, a former soldier, and Lena, a doctor. Together, they shared silent glances, trying to understand what had happened. The aliens never spoke to them directly, but the humans felt the weight of their eyes watching from every corner. Suddenly, the ship jolted. The humans were pulled from their cells and brought to a large chamber. The walls were made of strange black metal that seemed to absorb light. In the center, a vast arena spread out like a cage. Inside were creatures that no human had ever seen, monsters with sharp claws, glowing eyes, and thick scales. The air smelled of smoke and fear. A booming voice echoed through the chamber. It was deep and cold, spoken in a language the humans did not understand. But the meaning was clear. This was the arena where the aliens forced others to fight to the death. The humans were now part of a deadly game, the Alien Death Tournament. Jalen's heart pounded. He looked at Mira, who nodded quietly. They both understood that survival here would be a battle unlike any they had faced. Around them, other prisoners from different planets prepared for their fate. Some screamed. Others fell silent, accepting death. The first match was announced. Jalen and the others were pushed into the arena. The ground beneath them was uneven and scarred with deep cracks. Suddenly, a terrifying creature charged at them, a beast twice the size of man, with teeth like knives. The crowd of aliens cheered wildly, expecting an easy victory. Jalen moved quickly, dodging the beast's claws. Marcus threw a makeshift spear, hitting the creature in the eye. It roared in pain and lunged again, but Lena grabbed a piece of metal and struck its head. The humans fought as one, their training and instincts kicking in. The creature finally fell, but not without leaving deep scratches on their skin. The aliens laughed and whispered to each other. They thought humans were weak, unprepared for this cruel fight. But the humans surprised them. Despite fear and pain, they refused to die. Their spirit burned like fire in the darkness. After the fight, the humans were dragged back to their cells. Jalen sat against a cold wall, blood dripping from his arm. Mira tended to their wounds with limited supplies, but her hands were steady. She whispered to the others, "We are not just fighting to survive. We will show them what humans can do." That night, as the alien ship hummed with strange noises, Jalen dreamed of Earth, the green forest, the blue oceans, and the faces of loved ones lost. He remembered his daughter's laugh, the warmth of the sun on his skin. The memory gave him strength, but also a sharp pain deep inside. Was this all that was left, or could he fight to bring hope back? Suddenly, alarms blared. The next round was beginning. The humans were not ready, but they had no choice. The doors opened, revealing a new challenge, a twisted maze filled with traps that could kill with a single mistake. As they stepped inside, shadows moved just beyond their sight. They were not alone. Inside the maze, whispers echoed, confusing their senses. The walls seemed to close in. Marcus fell into a pit, but grabbed a ledge just in time. Lena used her quick mind to find hidden paths. The humans pushed forward, but the alien crowd watching cheered louder, hungry for blood. In the final chamber of the maze, they faced another enemy, not a beast, but an alien warrior armed with weapons beyond human understanding. Jalen's hand shook as he gripped a broken pipe. The warrior smiled cruelly, certain this fight would end in their deaths. Then something inside Jalen snapped. He charged with everything he had, using moves he never thought he knew. The warrior staggered, surprised. Mira helped by hacking a device nearby, causing sparks to fly and confusing their enemy. Together, the humans fought with a strength born of desperation. When the battle ended, the arena was silent. The humans stood, battered but alive. The alien crowd was stunned. The game had not gone as planned. Back in their cells, Jalen whispered to the group, "They think this is a game, but we are not their playthings. We are fighters. We will make them regret ever taking us." The aliens, watching from their control room, smiled coldly. They believed this was just the beginning. They did not know that the humans had already begun to change the rules. And somewhere deep inside the ship, a secret waited, one that could turn the tide of this deadly tournament. The humans had been thrown into a world of death and cruelty, but they carried something no alien could destroy: hope, and that hope was about to become a weapon. As the chamber lights dimmed and the cries of the arena faded, one question burned in Jalen's mind. How long before the hunters become the hunted? Then, a voice crackled through the ship's speakers. It was calm but chilling. "Prepare for the next round. Your survival time is limited." Jalen's eyes narrowed. The real fight was only just beginning. The cold air of the arena sent shivers down Jalen's spine. He glanced around at the others, Mira, Marcus, Lena, and saw the same mixture of fear and determination in their eyes. The towering walls of the arena shimmered with strange light, casting eerie shadows across the ground. The crowd of alien spectators roared with excitement, hungry for the spectacle that was about to begin. This was not just a fight. It was a test of survival, and failure meant death. A low hum filled the arena as the doors on the opposite side slid open. From the darkness emerged the alien warriors, tall and fierce, with bodies covered in armor that gleamed under the arena lights. Their eyes glowed with cold fire. Each carried weapons that looked like they belonged in nightmares, blades that crackled with energy, guns that spat deadly pulses. The crowd hissed and howled, confident their champions would crush the humans with ease. Jalen's grip tightened around a sharpened metal rod he had fashioned from broken pipes. His heart raced, but he forced himself to breathe steady. They had no choice but to fight, and fight they would. The humans spread out in a loose formation, using every inch of the terrain to their advantage. They were smaller, weaker, and less armed, but they had something the aliens did not: unpredictability. The first clash was brutal. One of the alien warriors lunged at Marcus with a glowing blade. Marcus rolled to the side, narrowly avoiding a deadly strike, then swung his makeshift weapon, hitting the alien's armor with sharp clang. The warrior snarled, surprised by the human's boldness. Nearby, Lena used her quick reflexes to grab a piece of debris and threw it at an alien's face, temporarily blinding it. Mira stayed close to Jalen, watching for openings. She had studied alien technology in secret, and now she looked for any weakness. "Focus on their joints," she whispered urgently. "Their armor is strong, but their movement is limited." The humans moved like shadows, dodging attacks and striking when the moment was right. Every hit was calculated, every step planned, but chaos worked in their favor too. The aliens were used in predictable battles, their tactics honed over centuries. Humans, with their sudden shifts and risky moves, were difficult to read. Suddenly, one of the alien warriors threw a spear-like weapon that glowed with deadly light. It flew toward Lena, but she barely dodged in time. The weapon struck the ground, exploding with a burst of fire that sent dust and sparks flying. Lena coughed but smiled. "They think this will scare us. It only makes us stronger." The crowd hissed in frustration. These humans were not just surviving, they were fighting back, and the aliens were unprepared. The noise of the battle grew louder as more warriors entered the arena, surrounding the humans from all sides. Then something incredible happened. From the edge of the group, a young fighter named Kira stepped forward. She was quiet until now, watching, waiting. Suddenly, her eyes glowed faintly blue, and her body began to move with unnatural speed. She dodged attacks effortlessly, and her hands seemed to hum with a strange energy. With a quick motion, she grabbed a fallen alien weapon and sent it spinning through the air. The blade sliced through a nearby alien's armor, cutting deep. The crowd gasped in shock. No human had ever shown such power before. The aliens exchanged worried looks. Had the humans hidden a secret weapon all along? Kira's power was mysterious, almost otherworldly, and it changed the entire fight. Jalen felt a surge of hope. "Follow her," he shouted. The group rallied around Kira, pushing forward with renewed strength. The aliens faltered, caught off guard by the unexpected force. But the battle was far from over. As the humans advanced, one of the alien commanders shouted orders in their harsh language. Suddenly, the ground beneath the humans began to tremble. Hidden traps sprung to life, sharp spikes shooting up, walls shifting to close escape routes. The arena was designed to kill, and it had more tricks to show. Marcus barely avoided a spike that rose just behind him. Lena shouted warnings, but the team was separated as the terrain changed rapidly. Panic threatened to break their focus. Kira moved fast, her glowing hands reaching out to disable traps with strange energy waves. "Keep close," she urged. "We can make it if we stay together." But time was running out. The arena was shrinking, forcing the humans closer to the waiting alien warriors. Jalen's mind raced. They needed a plan, and fast. Suddenly, a memory flashed through his mind. He saw his daughter's smiling face, the last moment he had with her before the invasion. Her voice echoed softly, "Be strong, Papa. You're not alone." The thought gave him strength he hadn't felt in days. Jalen raised his voice. "We fight not just for ourselves, but for everyone who believes in us. For Earth. For our future." His words stirred something in the group. Fear turned into courage, doubt into resolve. Together, they launched a desperate assault. Kira's mysterious power blasted through alien defenses. Marcus used his strength to knock enemies aside. Lena disabled traps, and Mira hacked into an alien device nearby, causing sparks confusion among their foes. The aliens staggered, their confidence shaken. The crowd, one sure of an easy victory, fell into a stunned silence. Some whispered rumors of human resilience. Others shouted in disbelief. This was not the fight they had expected. As the final alien warrior charged at Jalen, Kira stepped forward. Her hands glowed bright blue, and a wave of energy exploded from her palms. The warrior was thrown back, crashing into the arena wall. The humans stood victorious, for now, but the fight had taken a toll. Jalen's arm was bleeding, Lena's breathing was heavy, and Myra's hands trembled slightly. They had survived the first fight, but the price had been high. In the aftermath, the alien announcer's voice echoed coldly through the arena. "Impressive. Humans, you survived longer than expected. But this is only the beginning. Prepare yourselves for what comes next." Jalen looked at Kira, curiosity burning in his eyes. "Where did that power come from? How are you doing this?" Kira's face was calm but distant. "I don't know. It's like something inside me woke up. Something I never knew was there." The humans shared a look. They were no longer just captives. They were fighters with secrets, with hope, and with a strange new power rising from within. As the crowd's roar faded into the background, Jalen whispered to himself, "We will survive. We will win, because we are human." But deep in the shadows of the alien ship, a hidden figure watched. It spoke softly. "The humans grow stronger. We must be ready. The true test is yet to come." And with that, the arena's lights dimmed, leaving the humans to prepare for the next deadly challenge. The arena's chaos had settled into a tense silence after the brutal fights. Jalen and the small group of human survivors huddled in the shadows of the massive alien structure, their bodies bruised and minds heavy with exhaustion. But there was no time to rest. The tournament was far from over, and new challenges waited beyond every corner. Mira wiped the blood from her forehead and looked at Jalen, her eyes sharp. "We need to know more about this place. Why are we here? What's the real reason for this game?" Jalen nodded. We can't fight blindly. We need allies. As they cautiously moved through dim corridors, strange sounds echoed, alien voices, unfamiliar footsteps. Suddenly, from a dark passage, figures appeared, tall, slender creatures with pale skin and glowing eyes. They were captives too, but not like the aliens who guarded the arena. These were prisoners like the humans, creatures from other worlds, their faces marked by weariness and pain. One stepped forward, his voice calm but urgent. We've been watching you. We want to help. The tournament is not just a game. It is a test to find the strongest species in the galaxy. Only one will survive. Jalen's heart pounded. He had hoped for allies but feared betrayal. Why should we trust you? The alien, called Theric, smiled faintly, though there was no humor in his eyes. Because if we don't unite, we all die. The tournament masters pit us against each other for their own cruel pleasure. But together we can change the rules. Marcus, still gripping his makeshift weapon tightly, looked skeptical. How do we know this isn't a trap? Theric's gaze hardened. Because I was once like you, deceived and broken, but I escaped the first rounds. I know their secrets. Mira stepped closer. Tell us everything. Theric led them to a hidden chamber beneath the arena. There, dim lights revealed walls covered in alien symbols and holographic maps of the tournament's structure. The humans and other captives gathered around, hungry for information. The tournament is older than you can imagine, Theric explained. Created by a race called the Elders, who watch civilizations rise and fall. They bring species here to compete. Only the strongest gets to control a weapon, one so powerful it can destroy planets or create new ones. Jalen's mind reeled. A weapon with that kind of power in the hands of anyone was dangerous. So, the winner controls his weapon? Yes, it's the ultimate prize. The Elders use the tournament to shape the galaxy's future. But their game is ruthless. Many betray, lie, and kill for survival. Lena, who had been quietly observing, asked, Are there others like us, humans or aliens, who want to join this alliance? Theric nodded. There are a few, but trust is fragile. Everyone fears betrayal, and the Elders watch closely. They punish betrayal harshly, but also reward cunning. Suddenly, a sharp noise echoed down the corridor. The group froze. From the shadows, a figure stepped forward, another captive, but her eyes glinted with suspicion and cunning. Her name was Celis, a warrior from a desert planet known for her ruthless tactics. I heard your talk, Celis said, her voice smooth but cold. An alliance? Interesting. But remember, trust can kill you in this place. Jalen met her gaze steadily. We don't have a choice. Alone, we are prey. Celis smiled faintly. Maybe, but I watch for those who would use alliances to their advantage. Don't let me catch you hiding secrets. Her words sent a chill through the group. Alliances in this tournament were fragile webs woven from fear, hope, and betrayal. Days passed. The humans and their new alien allies shared information, planned strategies, and learned to fight alongside each other. Mira studied the alien tech with Theric, trying to hack the systems controlling the arena. Marcus trained with Celis, exchanging combat skills. Kira's strange power continued to grow, her glowing hands a beacon of hope for the group. Yet tension simmered beneath every conversation. Who could be trusted? Who was waiting for the right moment to strike? One night, while the group rested, Jalen sat with Mira near a flickering holographic map. We have to find out if there are hidden rules we don't know. This weapon, they said only the winner controls it. But what if there's more? Mira frowned. I've been scanning the arena's control network. There are encrypted files marked Elder Protocol. If we can access them, we might learn the tournament's full purpose. Suddenly, alarms blared across the arena. Red lights flashed and an automated voice announced, New rule update. All alliances must be registered. Unauthorized cooperation will be punished by immediate expulsion from the tournament. The group tensed. The Elders were watching more closely now, tightening their control. Jalen's voice was firm. We can't let them break us apart. We fight as one or we all lose. Just then, a whisper reached Myra's ear, a secret message encoded in the control signals. It revealed a hidden clause. The winner gains control over the ancient weapon but must face a final trial alone, a trial designed to test true worthiness. Jalen stared at the message, his mind racing. So, the tournament is not just about survival. It's a test of character, strength, and cunning. Myra's eyes narrowed. And if we don't play their game perfectly, we lose everything. The Alliance prepared for the next phase, their bonds tested by fear and hope. But deep inside, a darker truth waited to surface. One of their own was not who they seemed. Celis disappeared during a night patrol. When she returned, her eyes were colder, and whispers followed her like shadows. Secrets, lies, and betrayals were about to unravel everything the Alliance had built. In the depths of the alien ship, unseen cameras recorded every move, every whispered conversation. The elders smiled, their cruel game playing out exactly as planned. As the humans and their alien allies faced the next deadly challenge, Jalen's voice echoed in the darkness. We fight not just to survive, but to change the fate of the galaxy. But the tournament's true test was only just beginning. The cold metal walls of the holding chamber seemed to close in around Jalen as memories, sharp and unforgiving, flooded his mind. The distant roar of the arena faded, replaced by the vivid scenes of Earth's last days before the capture. He saw burning skies and broken cities, the chaos of people running, screaming, and fighting a losing battle against the alien ships that blotted out the sun. The world had fallen in weeks, faster than anyone expected. Jalen remembered the day his family was torn apart. He had been at home when the sky darkened with massive ships descending like ghosts from another world. The ground shook beneath him as his daughter's small hand slipped from his grasp. Her eyes, wide with fear, haunted him still. He could hear her scream, a sound frozen in time. Then the ship's energy beams reached down, snatching thousands of humans like fragile toys. That was how he ended up here, trapped in this cruel tournament. The flashback dissolved as Jalen's breath hitched. Around him, others were caught in similar memories, their faces twisted with pain and loss. Myra's eyes were distant, haunted by a past she rarely spoke of. Marcus clenched his fists, his mind replaying the moment his wife vanished during the chaos. Lena kept silent, but the sorrow in her eyes spoke volumes. The tournament was more than a test of strength. It was a crucible of grief and rage. Each human carried the weight of a shattered past. They would survive fueled by memories of love and loss. Some wanted revenge. Others sought redemption. But all were trapped in this alien nightmare. Jalen's thoughts were interrupted by a sudden chill. A new figure appeared in the dim light of the chamber. It was a man named Kale, a fighter known for his quiet intensity. His eyes were sharp, but something unreadable flickered beneath his calm exterior. "I need to tell you all something," Kale said, his voice low, "about why this tournament really exists and why I'm here." The group fell silent, curiosity mixed with caution. Kale took a deep breath. "Before the invasion, I worked for a secret project on Earth. Something the governments never told anyone. We were studying alien signals, trying to decode messages we didn't understand." He paused, eyes flickering with a strange light. "One day I found something. A hidden message buried deep in the signal. A warning and an invitation. The message came from the elders themselves." Jalen frowned. "The elders? The ones running the tournament?" Kale nodded. "Yes. They reached out to Earth long before the invasion. They wanted to see if humanity was ready to join the greater galactic order. But they didn't come peacefully. They tested us through this tournament." A murmur ran through the group. The tournament wasn't just about power or entertainment. It was a test, a way to decide if humans were worthy. Kale's voice dropped lower. "And I have a connection to them. Something in my blood. I don't know how or why, but I feel their presence inside me. It's why I was taken. They're watching me." Myra's eyes widened. "Are you saying you're part alien?" Kale shrugged. "I don't know, but I have memories, visions of things no human should see. Places beyond the stars. And sometimes when I touch the arena walls, I hear whispers, like they're calling me." Jalen stared at him, a mix of fear and hope swirling inside. If Kale had a link to the elders, maybe they could find a way to end this nightmare. But the truth was deeper and darker than anyone imagined. As the group digested Kale's revelation, the chamber's walls suddenly flickered with holographic images, ancient scenes of the tournament's origins. The elders were revealed as beings of immense power, harvesting strength from the suffering of countless species. The tournament was their cruel method to shape the galaxy's fate, deciding who lived, who died, and who ruled. One image showed a younger Kale in a sterile lab, his body connected to strange machines. The memory played like a nightmare, experiments, endless tests, and a strange light flooding his mind. Jalen reached out, touching the hologram. They made him something more than human. Kale's voice trembled. They wanted to create the perfect warrior, part human, part something else. But I escaped, barely. And now they want me back. The group's hope turned to grim determination. Kale's secret was both a weapon and a curse. Suddenly, alarms blared again. The elder's voice echoed cold and cruel. Contestants, prepare for the next phase. The true test of loyalty begins. Betrayal will be met with destruction. Panic surged through the chamber. Trust was fragile, and secrets had destroyed them all. Jalen looked at Kale, then at the others. We fight for our past, our future, and for each other. But now, more than ever, we must be careful, because the real enemy might be closer than we think. In the shadows, a pair of glowing eyes watched silently, an unknown observer waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The tournament was not just a battle for survival. It was a fight against our own dark past and a destiny written among the stars. The arena was alive with noise, but the humans moved like shadows, striking quickly and disappearing into a maze of alien tunnels and caverns. Every victory brought them closer to prize, and with every fight won, the whispers among the alien crowds changed from amusement to fear. The humans were no longer easy targets. They were a growing threat, clever and unpredictable. Jalen led the group, his mind sharp as ever. He watched as Mira carefully dismantled pieces of alien equipment, turning their own technology against them. Each device they broke down was another advantage stolen from the tournament masters. They learned to use the terrain, hiding in the towering fungi and twisted metal that surrounded the arenas, setting traps where the aliens least expected. Their teamwork was seamless, built from desperation, but honed by growing skill. Lena and Marcus fought side by side, their moves fluid and precise. Even Kale, with his strange alien memories, pushed himself harder, unlocking hidden potential inside himself. But the more they won, the angrier their enemies became. The elders did not take kindly to being challenged. The next fight was announced with a chilling voice that echoed to the tunnels. Contestants, prepare for the arrival of the Deadlights, the fiercest warriors of the arena. No mercy will be shown. The Deadlights were legends, creatures bred for combat, covered in thick, scaly armor that shimmered like liquid metal. Their eyes glowed red, and their movements were so fast they seemed to blur. They had never been defeated, and many who faced them never returned. Jalen felt the weight of the challenge settle over him like a heavy fog. This fight could change everything, or end everything. The humans prepared as best they could. Mira hacked into the arena's lighting system to create shadows that would help them hide. Marcus crafted makeshift weapons from broken alien parts. Lena practiced moves she'd never tried before, her resolve hardening. The battle began with a roar. The Deadlights charged, their claws tearing through the air, while the humans scattered, using speed and cunning. The arena became a deadly dance of survival, the humans dodging powerful strikes and striking back with everything they had. Suddenly, a flash of silver moved like lightning. One of the Deadlights caught Marcus by surprise, slashing his side. He stumbled, blood pouring from a deep wound. The pain was fierce, and for a moment, the fire in his eyes dimmed. Jalen saw Marcus fall and felt a roar of fury inside him. He charged the Deadlight with everything he had, yelling to rally the others. They surrounded the beast, forcing it back with a barrage of strikes and traps. But the cost was clear. Marcus was badly hurt. Mira dropped to his side, pressing a glowing alien device against the wound, hoping it would heal him faster. The device pulsed with energy, but Marcus's breaths were shallow and fast. "I'm not done yet," he whispered, gripping Myra's hand. The fight raged on around them, but the group's focus was split. Could Marcus survive long enough to fight again? The thought was a knife twisting in Jalen's gut. Kale, moving like a shadow, struck down a deadlight with unexpected power. His alien memories seemed to guide him, giving him strength beyond human limits. But even he knew the battle was far from over. As the last deadlight fell, the arena grew eerily silent. The humans stood victorious, but the cost was heavy. The elder's voice returned, colder than ever. Impressive, but the next round will test your very souls. Jalen looked at Marcus, whose eyes flickered with pain but also fierce determination. You'll make it, Jalen said quietly. We'll all make it. But deep inside, he knew the true test was just beginning. In the shadows of the arena, unseen eyes watched every move, waiting for the perfect moment to strike back. The humans had won battles, but the war was far from over, and somewhere, hidden in the darkness, a new challenger prepared to enter the game, one with powers that no one expected. The turning point was here, but would it be the start of freedom or the end of everything? The arena had changed. No longer just a place of brutal combat. It was now a labyrinth of deadly traps and shifting walls, designed to test every limit the humans had left. Jalen stood at the edge, his breath heavy but his mind clear. Every muscle in his body screamed from the last fights, but he knew this was the final battle, the one that would decide everything. The crowd's roar echoed like thunder as the gates opened, revealing the twisted landscape inside. Blazing fires, collapsing platforms, and hidden pits awaited, each ready to claim another life. The humans moved cautiously, knowing a single misstep meant death. Their eyes searched every shadow, every corner, for threats lurking unseen. Mira led the way, her fingers dancing over a small device that scanned for traps. She paused suddenly, signaling the group to stop. The ground beneath them began to shift, revealing spikes that shot up like jagged teeth. They barely leapt away in time, hearts pounding with adrenaline. The arena was a deadly puzzle, and failure was not an option. As they moved deeper, the shadows seemed to twist around them, playing tricks on their minds. Whispered voices echoed, confusing their senses. Kale shivered, memories of alien minds infiltrating his thoughts. He fought to keep control, knowing that giving in would mean losing everything. Suddenly, a swarm of mechanical drones descended, their blades spinning with deadly precision. Lena and Marcus fought side by side, deflecting attacks with makeshift shields and clever traps. The humans' teamwork was flawless, their trust in each other unbreakable. Every move was calculated, every strike powerful. But the arena wasn't finished. From the darkness, strange creatures emerged, alien beasts with glowing eyes and razor teeth. The humans scattered, fighting for their lives. Jalen's mind raced, searching for a way to turn the tide. Then, with a sudden flash of insight, he realized the creatures avoided the light. Mira activated a flare, bathing the area in blinding brightness. The beasts hissed and retreated, giving the humans a precious moment to regroup. We use their fear, she said breathlessly. Light is our weapon. The group pressed on, now moving with renewed hope. But the final test was waiting. The massive doors ahead opened slowly, revealing the alien champion, the last obstacle between the humans and freedom. The champion was unlike anything they had faced, towering and armored, with eyes glowing cold and cruel. The crowd hushed, sensing something more than just strength in this fighter. Jalen stepped forward, his heart pounding, but his voice steady. We don't fear you. The champion responded with a chilling smile. Fear is the first step to control, the voice echoed in their minds. Then, with a sudden burst of speed, the fight began. Blows landed hard, the ground trembling with each clash. The humans used every trick they had learned, dodging, countering, and striking with fierce determination. The champion was powerful, but the humans' will was stronger. As the battle raged, the champion's mask shattered, revealing a face that shocked everyone. It was not an alien but a human, changed, twisted by years in the arena. The crowd gasped. The champion's secret was out. I am what you could become, the champion hissed, eyes burning with pain and rage. Give up and join me. Jalen hesitated for a moment, memories of fallen friends flashing before him. Then he shook his head, voice loud and clear. We fight for more than survival. We fight for our souls. The final moments were a blur of motion and sound. Jalen found an opening, striking with everything left inside him. The champion fell, silence sweeping the arena like a storm. The humans stood victorious, battered but unbroken. The crowd erupted, not in cheers, but stunned silence filled with newfound respect. But as the doors closed behind them, the humans knew this was only the beginning. The secrets they uncovered would change everything. And the war was far from over. In the darkness, eyes watched and waited. The final battles had ended, but the real fight was about to begin. The moment the final horn sounded, silence swept the arena like a wave. The humans stood in the center, battered, bruised, but victorious. The alien crowd that once jeered now watched in stunned disbelief. These fighters, once considered weak and expendable, had risen to dominate the tournament meant to break their spirit. Jalen's chest heaved with exhaustion, but his eyes burned with fierce pride. Around him, the other survivors, Mira, Kale, Lena, and Marcus, stood tall, their wounds badges of honor. The alien champion lay defeated, a symbol of everything the humans had overcome. But this victory was just the beginning. The arena shifted suddenly. Massive mechanical doors slid open, revealing a chamber filled with strange glowing technology. At the center stood a weapon, ancient and powerful, pulsing with energy unlike anything the humans had seen before. It was a prize no one expected to claim. Mira stepped forward cautiously, her fingers brushing over the weapon's surface. The device hummed in response, as if recognizing them. "This is more than a weapon," she whispered. "It could change the course of everything." Jalen nodded, eyes scanning the room. "We take it. We get out. We prepare for what's next." But the arena was designed to trap and test. As soon as they approached the weapon, alarms blared. The walls trembled, and mechanical sentinels emerged from hidden compartments, their weapons aimed at the humans. The tournament's organizers had one last challenge. A fierce battle erupted. The humans fought with desperate skill, using every lesson learned during the brutal matches. Kale's quick thinking disabled several sentinels, while Lena's precise shots kept others at bay. The weapon's glow grew stronger, responding to their determination. In the heat of the fight, Jalen saw a narrow escape route, a vent leading out of the arena complex. "This way!" he shouted, rallying the group. They broke through the enemy lines, barely escaping as the chamber began to collapse behind them. Breathing hard, the humans emerged into a vast alien shipyard. Strange crafts and machines surrounded them like a jungle. They moved quickly, their prize secure. But the path home was still uncertain. A sudden transmission crackled through the stolen alien comms. "You have won the tournament, but your journey is far from over," the voice warned, cold and unfamiliar. "The galaxy watches now. You are no longer just survivors. You are a threat." The word sent a chill down Jalen's spine. The humans exchanged determined looks. The arena had been just one battlefield in a much larger war. Earth awaited, vulnerable and unprepared. Kale's voice broke the silence. "They thought they controlled us. They only made us stronger." The humans set to work, using the alien weapons technology to hack ships and gather resources. Their goal was clear: return to Earth, unite the scattered survivors, and build an army capable of facing the coming storm. As they prepared to leave the alien world behind, Mira looked at the stars, a new fire in her eyes. "We weren't meant to survive," she said softly. "We were meant to dominate." The humans disappeared into the darkness of space, carrying with them the hope of a new dawn. The champion's legacy was not just survival. It was the rise of a force that would shake the galaxy to its core. And as the stars watched silently, one truth remained clear. The age of human weakness was over. A new era had begun.